live again on YouTube. So YouTube, you get to see the whole setup. Upcoming, I don't want that. It doesn't indicate that I'm streaming. One moment, please. There we go. All right, I had to start over my YouTube live because audio settings, there was no audio. So, all right, we're back on it. I stopped just before 7 minutes. So we're 7 minutes into today's hour of drawing. And we're right here. Which means I need to watch for that on my TikTok live when I download it. I want to, let's put a big head, a potato right here. And then we'll put another one here. I'm going to shade all of these potatoes. I'm going to fill them in, but not reshade them when I shade. So I'm being a little loosey-goosey here with the drawing of them. And then I'm going to draw another potato here. See, it's a crowd. There we go. Then I gotta start shading, so I gotta shade from the back forward, which means I'm gonna start with trees. But first I'm gonna finish drawing. I think that's great. I'm happy with this layout here. The balance of the lower potatoes. Oh, I'm gonna leave that room for my initials. No, I should hide my initials. Where would I hide them? I guess in the tree, in the bark, maybe. Timing. Oh, I need. Watch battery was dying. I need to plug it in. I'm back. All right, now where am I? I see. It's in the bottom. So your bottom left. Looking at it right side up. I have to look at it. I'm filming it sideways on TikTok because of I'm using the footage to make 6:10 by 9 format of the time-lapse video. Although when I post it on TikTok, it's not 16 by 9 when I post the status. But the final image that I'm going to make, the final video on YouTube is going to be 16 by 9. some sort of shading where these little eyes will stand out. I wonder if I'll make this center. I gotta look at a potato and see if the center of the eyes are darker or the same color. I think they're the same color, but they're defined. When I was working on this the other day, I was saying I thought about putting like an old man or old potato. I guess there's no real genders here. An old potato with a walker, and then all of the eyes would have sprouts coming out of them. But I don't really have room for that. I'd have to make another potato drawing. Oh, goodness. Again, my page refreshed, and now there's a whole bunch of chat that I didn't see. On both, this is so cool. I'm back. Oh, Real Charizard, thank you for finding me again. I'm going through my YouTube chat. Hold on. I've got, I love this. I can't. Chewing gum, fantastic. Potatoes sack race. That's right, August. And hello, great. I can't answer this at all. Fantastic. Tom, are you still there on TikTok? I'm just seeing that. I don't know why all of that didn't refresh, but catching up on that. So, drawing on the Etch A Sketch. So on TikTok, I'm on live TikTok and YouTube at the same time. I use the footage. All right, I use the footage from TikTok for my time-lapse videos. Hey, Samoya Taylor. So to answer Tom's question, he asked how some lines are disconnected. It's because when you draw on the Etch A Sketch, it's kind of like drawing in the sand. You know when you run your finger along the sand and it pushes sand aside on either side of the line you draw? That's what's happening to the powder underneath here. As I'm dragging the stylus around, it's pushing the aluminum powder around. So what I can do is use that to my advantage as a technique where, in fact, you're going to see it now. I'm going to put some texture in the trees now. I'm going to go ahead and start with I'm already done with the outline drawing. Now I'm going to start on shading, and I'm going to start with the trees because I go from the background to the foreground when I do shading. I'm pushing it around. So, right now I'm up here. I can't really. I should stop pointing. So as I move this around, I'm pushing the powder around, and so you can see how as I do these swirls, maybe you can, maybe you can't. But as I do these swirls, some of the lines get disconnected from each other. It's because I'm just pushing the powder around on the back. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was drawing the eyes on these big potatoes down here a second ago when I started talking. Fingerboards. I just get it all. This also comes with singing. These swirls aren't very organic. They look very square. I think what I'll do is I'm going to do different layers of swirls. A very clear explanation. Fantastic. I actually made a video on, it's on my YouTube called Disconnecting the Lines. I have a behind the screens. That's what it is. It's on my behind the screens. If you go to my TikTok profile, look at my playlists. There's one, I believe, that talks about behind the scenes videos, and one of those, I believe, is Disconnecting Lines, where I have, that's right, not the real Seek, Etch A Sketch, where I show very close-up drawing where you can watch it as in real time. I'm disconnecting lines. It's so much fun. I'm not taking requests right now. Someone just asked me to draw Obama. That's random. Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle of a drawing right now, TikTok. Thanks. My description does say I'm not taking requests right now. I'll be taking requests later. I work on this big drawing. When I do big drawings like this in detail, I do 1 hour at a time. I only do 1 hour at a time when I work on these big ones. And then I'm going to pick up my daughter from school, and then I'll come back later and I'm going to take requests and draw on a small Etch A Sketch, because I can draw faster on those. All right, so now that I've done these swirls on this tree, which really I should have done the tree behind it, going from background to foreground, I'm going to try to make it look more leaf-like. So I'm, if you're wondering, I'm 17 minutes into today's drawing. No, this is not a commission. This is just for my own collection. Tom asked on TikTok. Oh, thanks for the follow, Miss Christopher. I think I'm going to give it... you know what? I am going to go ahead. Let me do that. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the swirl on the background tree. And I think when it comes to the potatoes, I'm going to shade them with just straight lines. So the way the Etch A Sketch works is it's static electricity. The powder, it's aluminum powder inside. And the aluminum powder sticks to the glass with static electricity. And sometimes if I'm moving the stylus too fast, the powder goes right back and it doesn't really make a strong, clear line. So going around fast does two things. I'm pushing the powder around on the back to cover up lines, as well as, yeah, I think Tom was just asking if it was a commission piece. Not that they wanted one. But yeah, thank you, Faye. That was very helpful. Shoot, okay, so I'm swirling around real fast. So it does two things. It pushes the powder around to cover up lines, but it also is making softer lines, if that makes sense. They're not as harsh lines. It's soft and disconnected and all swirly. I mean, quite honestly, this is actually pretty good. I realize I am going to do my little shaky shake on here too. Maybe that's what I do, is I keep it to the swirl. What I mean by shaky shake is I'm going to do all the shading and then I'm going to lightly shake it so the powder fades it, and I'll retrace some of it and it'll create a two-tone effect. Technique that I've discovered and others have picked up on in the Etch A Sketch world. Oh, now I'm back to one person on YouTube. Is anyone out there? Unless my page just needs to refresh again. Nope. Yes, it's definitely nerve-wracking to shake it. I only end up shaking it about 2 or 3 times. Yeah. Faye has seen me do it a few times. So if you go watch a time-lapse video, what was the last one? Spider-Man. If you go, probably easier to find it on my YouTube videos, but the time-lapse video of Spider-Man, you can see I draw the whole thing, I do shading, and then I lightly shake it at one point. I think I only did it twice. And it was enough, but definitely unnerving. I've done it, I've had a drawing where I did not shake it enough, and I've done it where, oh, gotcha, August. August is hanging out with me on YouTube. Can't chat much because August is still working. I think that's what I'll do. All right. Roger that. But you're going to listen and watch, I guess, I assume. little pocket drawing so I can show you. I don't think I'll have time after this one, but I can show you what it looks like. Spider-Man. I'm on the tree. For YouTube, it's on the top left. I'm retracing the far left tree. For those of you on TikTok, it is the top right, because it's sideways on TikTok, so I can film it. That was pink. I'm not used to this song. It's one with the trees now. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do for the trees for now, and then when I do the retrace, I'll consider what I'm going to do to make it more defined as far as the leaves. In fact, even though these look squarish, it might actually be perfect after shaken, because it's not gonna, you're not gonna see all the lines. We'll see. It's also not the main focal point, and one of those things that I'm probably overthinking, because everyone's gonna be looking at what's going on, not the trees. Thanks for the goat. That didn't pop up, did it? That person that requested that train that I drew yesterday, so they've been asking for it. They're like, oh, day 3 of asking for this train, day 2, or whatever. So this morning, I replied to one of their comments and said, I drew it last, only in chat, it won't affect you. Oh, well, thank you very much. I know you would have been, I wasn't worried because it was you. You're conscious of that, as well as I could try to cut it out if I'm watching for it. Because I'm thinking of the train, because the train has a frame of a heart on it. Hey, Justin Dinning, thank you. Justin Dinning on TikTok said, whoa! Brody is following. All right, we're gonna, you know what? We're gonna do this tree first. I'm right above the pole of the finish line. So on YouTube, that's right up there. On TikTok, it's on your right. I'm doing little swirls inside the tree to give it a texture. Been working on it a while. Yeah. Well, this is now my second hour. I've been working on it an hour and 25 minutes. When I work on the big size, the classic size Etch A Sketches, I work 1 hour at a time, but my drawings take many hours because I do a lot of detail and shading and all that fun stuff. So I've got a timer going on YouTube like I do for the quick drawings, but it's also telling me that I've got 35 minutes left on today's drawings. Then I'm going to go pick up my daughter from school, then I'm going to come back and do some small drawing requests. I'm making dinner tonight, so dinner's timing will be on me, but it does mean I need to stop a little sooner. Unfortunately, we're going to have a lot of fun. This is really necessary for me, this is my stress reliever. This is how I relieve stress after work. And oh, it works for you. It didn't work for Galaxy Michael. Look at you. That's awesome. I can't tell which drawing that is, but I'm glad the stickers work. Oh, that's on TikTok. subscribers can have special stickers that they can post in the chat that I've uploaded. So that was my reaction. Those of you who are on YouTube and don't see that. That is so cool. Danny Dorito, that's awesome. It's my drawing of Danny Dorito. Is it visible to you though? Or is it too small to tell what it is? You can tell. Oh, fantastic. Good. The monitor that I'm reading chat on is not a very clear image. It's not really meant to be a computer monitor, so that the image on it is very hard. It's fuzzy. It's not very sharp. So I can't tell that it's Danny Dorito. Oh, I have another one behind this tree. I wonder if I should do that over there. Add some more trees in this background. Or do we just keep that? I think I might. I'm really gonna watch for those hands. When I go pointing at things, it looks weird when I go time-lapse. But yeah, if I'm able to keep up drawing the big size twice a week like this, I mean, I'm not going to have time to take lunch tomorrow. I've got too much to catch up on. This is the last day of the month. Time to close. Got to close what I can. But yeah, if I can then get back to this next Tuesday. But yeah, twice a week. I'll finish this in a couple weeks probably. A couple more weeks, I mean. Texture. Very happy with that. Oh, that's silly. Silly on YouTube said shake it. I will eventually, but not right now. I'm now an hour and a half into this. I'm not going to shake it to erase it, but I will lightly shake it for shading. That was a silly comment indeed. Ooh, what's being drawn? It's kind of already drawn. Can you not tell what it is? Can you guess what it is? Or is that the whole point? You can't figure out what this is. Indeed, they are potatoes. Hey there, thanks, derpy guy. Thanks, call me. I can't pronounce your call me. Potatoes in a potato sack race. I am calling it potatoes sack race. Potatoes are great. This is actually going to probably get a little more attention than a normal boring one because I've already got the drawing done. It's somewhat interesting, right? So I've done all the line drawing, and then I'm going back and doing all the shading and textures and stuff. So when I do the line drawing, I start from the foreground to the background. When I do the shading, I go from background to foreground. So that's what I'm working on. After I do the trees, I'll do the grass. I'm going to give it a grass texture look. It's going to look all fancy and take no time at all. Well, it'll take some time. More than today. I only work on it 1 hour at a time, like a lunch break. Even though I'm off the rest of the day. Thanks, derpy guy. How do you do shading because there's only one black? This is a very good question. If you don't go there now because I want you to hang out with me, but on YouTube, if you go to my videos and look at this Spider-Man one that I just finished, which I have next to me, I draw all of the shading like I'm doing now, and then with it face up, a lot of practice. Well, and so after I do all the shading, I lightly shake it face up so the powder kisses the glass, and it lightly fades. And then I go back and only retrace some of it, and it creates a two-tone effect. That is super cool. But yeah, so if you go to my videos on YouTube, and the second one I think is my Spider-Man video, you can see it's only a couple minutes long, but you can see after I do the shading how I shake it a couple of times, 2-3 times, to create the two-tone effect. And I can shake it multiple times if I wanted to do. And also, if I draw real fast, sometimes the powder goes back to the screen and sticks, and so that could make it lighter looking. Or if I'm drawing lines, I could space them out further apart to create a different tone. But mostly I lightly shake it. Again, that can be seen on the... thanks, Jenks. A Simple House, yeah. Oh, so yeah, I love bread, if you're still there. Basically, I've been drawing on the Etch A Sketch for, I'm going on 30 years now. And it's also how my brain works. So it's a lot of practice, and it's also just my twisted way of thinking. Eventually people will want to learn your ways. You know, I do. So you're not the first person this week to suggest I do tutorials. I do think I will start doing some tutorials. I wonder I guess I could start by teaching my suggestions of what to do when you first start. I'm the master of light and a deed. Oh, master. Guy in Kentucky. I'm Mr. Unlucky. England and France. So yeah, I'll think that through. I actually do have a list of things that I would teach if I did tutorials. And I'm thinking that would have to be a separate playlist on TikTok and then perhaps a playlist on YouTube, but definitely very specifically labeled Etch A Sketch tutorial. All right, I'm going to go back to this middle tree and do that one. Oh, but I was also wondering about filling in tree here, here, and here. Nothing else over here. I like that. That's fine the way it is. To really make it look like, yeah, maybe I won't. I'm going to go ahead and make a shortcut here. I am going to do it. I'm going to add little foliage here. There doesn't have to be a trunk. I think that might be too confusing. But I'll make little swirls because it's further away. So Derpy Guy on YouTube, is there anything you would want to be taught? Or you just say, you know what, just teach us your ways? Absolutely. Cairo on TikTok asked if it was fun for me. This is actually what I do to relax. This isn't even for a customer. This is for myself, just to relax. And I think it's hilarious. I didn't come up with the concept. But I am going to put a trunk here. Yeah, this is not just fun. It's also fun because I like to talk to people and interact. Totally fun for me, though. I do sell pieces. When people DM me and ask me for commission pieces, I do sell some, but it's mostly just to relax. The big ones I do 1 hour at a time and spend hours on them, and a little later today I'm going to come back with a pocket size and take requests and draw requests, and that's a lot of fun. What's boring? What's boring, Cairo? You could join me later and see some of my fast drawings. When I say fast, it takes about 12 minutes maybe at the most. Well, I try to keep them about 12 minutes. Oh, this stream is boring. Well, Cairo, you're a little bitch. I mean, you're a little bitch. So, you can go somewhere else. Whatever, dude. I don't know why someone would stop if they think it's a boring stream. But thank you for interacting and helping the algorithm by putting comments in my live stream. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for your support. That's a great question, Call Me G on YouTube. Good question. Asked how I sell them. Because, how do you ship them? So what I'll do is when I finish a drawing, I did want to fill. I'm not done over there. When I finish a drawing, I cut it open and I take all the powder out that does the erasing, and then I I can glue it back together, and you can shake it. I remove the drawing mechanism, so you can't accidentally draw on it. And then it's safe to ship. And what I do is sorry, I'm focused on my drawing here for a second. And then I put it in a shadow box when I'm selling them. So the customer will get the drawing in a shadow box and preserved for display. Many happy customers. But again, I don't do this. I try not to do this for a business. I try not to. I don't promote myself. Just people DM me once in a while for a commission piece, and I'll do that. But yeah, that's what I'll do. In fact, I have a recent video that shows how I preserve them. I can't read the last part of Cairo's question because it's covered by the heart on my screen. Do I ever lose your drawings? I don't know. Does it say spark? Add another comment so it moves up. You're cool. Call me G. Call me G. Yeah. So like I said, if you go to my my videos, my upload spot. Oh, I do sometimes lose my spot. Yeah, I do. And I have to be very careful. I move slowly until I spot it. Until I can see it again. But yeah, if you go to my posted videos, I do have a fairly recent one that shows me preserving a pocket size of Deadpool. So like I say, people DM me and I sell the pocket size. I'll do $50 plus shipping. And that is that includes preservation and shadow box. Preserving is a very complicated process. And then for a classic like this, it takes me longer. The bigger the canvas, the longer it takes to draw on it. So I find myself charging more. Uh-oh. Submit feedback. Warning. Flag for harassment and bullying. Oh, man. Sorry, Cairo. I wasn't trying to bully. Stupid TT. So if you're in the U.S., you can pick these up at, Cairo asked where to buy them. If you're in the U.S., you can buy them at Walmart or Target. If you are not in the U.S., then you can find it on Amazon or eBay. You can find people selling them. Etch A Sketch. What are we drawing? Chaotic Good on YouTube says. This is just for my own collection. I relax by drawing. This is, what does it look like to you? Because the drawing is done. I'm just working on the shading. What does it look like to you? I'm curious what you think. Chaotic Good. I think what time? I got 45 minutes. So I got 15 more minutes I'm going to work on this today. Then I probably won't work on it again until next Tuesday. Unless I'm not going to work on it over the weekend. That's exactly right, Chaotic Good. You get 2,000 points for guessing it correctly. He said, Chaotic said a potato sack race. It is. It's potatoes in a potato sack race. Not my concept. I did it on a smaller Etch A Sketch during a live. Somebody requested it. And I loved it so much, I'm like, you know what? Someday I'm going to do that on a classic size and spend a lot of time working on it. My timer says 46 minutes now, but this is just this hour. So it's been an hour and 46 minutes that I've been working on this, but it's very relaxing for me. So I don't mind. Ray on TikTok, howdy doody. Just tag me, it doesn't say, you want to say something? But yeah, this is how I unwind after a stressful work day. Yeah, well later, Cairo, I'm going to go live again, and I'm not going to stop because I use this footage for my time-lapse video, so I'm not going to stop and show you. But I will be back on later live, taking requests and drawing other people's drawings. Very funny. Be terrified to mess up, sure. Always a concern. Thanks for the follow, Nick the Drummer Dad on TikTok. I don't get notified when I get follows on YouTube, but it'd be awesome if I got to 650 today. It says I'm at 648, but I think I've got more than that now. I think I'm at 650. It'd be great if I got 700 today. Let's do that. Let's raise the bar to 700 subscribers on YouTube. I'm almost at 95,000 on TikTok. So I'm just now starting to do live feeds on both TikTok and YouTube. 651, fantastic. Thanks, Chaotic Good. It doesn't update on my screen while I'm live. I'd have to go back and look. So thank you for checking that out for me. All right, I'm retracing the center tree's outline. Now I don't have to worry about being too exact because I will be retracing this at some point because I'm going to do my light shake for the two-tone shading. My favorite thing to draw? Wow, Cairo, you're very engaged on TikTok for saying this was a boring stream. So thanks for sticking around and almost getting me in trouble for with the TikTok gods, the TT gods. I don't want to say things to. My favorite thing to draw. I don't think I have a favorite thing. I like drawing whatever. I've drawn a lot of different locations at, you didn't report? Well, good. Thank you. They heard me say what I said. Call you a little bee. Bzz, bee, buzzing, making honey. They hear me. And they don't like what I say sometimes. But I can't lose this footage because this is my time-lapse footage. Alright, now I'm going to go back over to this side and I'm going to draw a tree between these trees. I'm on the far left if you're on YouTube. I'm on the top right. I'm going to draw... yeah, I'm sorry. I did say sorry, Cairo. Yeah, I'm sorry for calling you a little bee. What's this one called? I'm calling it Potatoes Sack Race because it's their race. It's possessive, potatoes. Potatoes Sack Race. Enjoying all this engagement. Usually people... Hello, Zaid! Ah, that's a good question, Chaotic Good asked me, what's my favorite drawing that I've done so far? That I have the answer to. H311... Oh, hello. That's funny. Now I'm curious what you said earlier. I joined recently. What did I say earlier? Let's not do that, Zaid. No. Zaid? No. Don't start doing that. All right. Okay, so, what I was asked earlier was, what's my favorite thing to draw? I don't have a favorite subject to draw. I've done a lot of things around the Disneyland park. That's been fun to draw. I've got the monorail here sitting next to me. A lot of things. If you go to my website, etchartist.com, you can click on the Disneyland project and you'll see all the drawings I got from around the park. Yeah, seriously. But I don't want this footage getting banned. So, my favorite thing to draw. So I discovered I could do this by drawing a picture of Woody when the first Toy Story came out 30 years ago. And in 2019, I redrew that drawing to show off my current skill set. And that redrawing of Woody in 2019 is my favorite drawing because it shows my shading technique and textures and just really shows my skills. And I'm very proud of that one. It's my favorite drawing. Hey, Lily Ivy. Yes, I know, and I caught that the first time after I read it a couple times. Saying hello. You didn't need to keep posting it. I got it. Z. You only need to say hi once. This time. Sorry, let me focus for a second here while I'm drawing. Let's see, how long has this one taken? Hey, Eddie Weddy found me. Right now I'm at 1 hour and 53 minutes. So that means 7 more minutes today, and I'm going to stop working on it. And then go pick up my daughter, and then I'm going to come back and do some live request on the pocket size. So I'll be back for that. That's always fun. I never know what I'm going to draw because it's requests. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm only working a half a day of work. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be coming on early to work on this drawing, and then I'll come back later to do pocket size requests. Of the 30 years that I've been drawing on the Etch A Sketch, going on 30 years, of the 30 years, my 25 of those years were only on this size Etch A Sketch. And so I missed that, and so I'm coming back to these to do special drawings once in a while. My last one was of Spider-Man on a Stan Lee Etch A Sketch. Stan Lee Etch A Sketch, not a Stanley Etch A Sketch. Chat? Do I, what? Yeah, I read chat, Lily. How do I do this? Very carefully. I'm also on TikTok Live, so I'm reading that chat too. Yeah, exactly. I have the two chats side by side. And there's a longer delay on YouTube chat than there is on TikTok chat. And typically TikTok tends to be more chatty. Man, that's why. I already answered the question, Faye. I'm 5 minutes away from 2 hours. I think I'd like to get this other tree shaded. Am I going to do another one there? No. I should. Where am I? Wait, where am I? Okay. I'm going to go down here and put one more tree in the background, then we're going to do this big one behind the finish sign and call it a day. Let's go back. There we go. We'll do this. What if the timer goes past... Oh, then it starts over. Zaid asked, what if my timer goes past 1 hour? It goes back to 0. That's how it's built. This is a lot of fun. Where good. Now let's go. You know what? Let's do under the finish sign. Oh, hold on. Let's shade that a little bit. Right over there. Going under the finish sign. Oh, well, thank you, I am Carter. Can you draw a monkey fish? Well, I'm not taking any requests right now. If you come back, Cairo, who's now my new favorite person on TikTok, that's not true, but, you know. I can't play favorites. Even though my favorites know who they are. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm not taking requests right now. I'll come back later with my pocket size and do requests then. But yeah, I'm not taking requests right now. And I can't say, oh, I'll do it later because you might not be there. So you'll be back. All right. I have seen Fantasia 2000. I saw it in the theater, actually, because I was alive then. Which is a funny thing to say, knowing how old I am. Graduated high school in 1990. I am very old. That's not very old, but I am older. That's why I've been doing this for about 30 years. Discovered I could do this when I was an adult. I've been doing art all my life. And you deserve more subs. I appreciate that, Lily Ivy. Thank you. I'm only recently going live on YouTube, and quite honestly, I mean, Tuesday, I had, was it Tuesday? It could have been Monday. I think it was Monday. I had 615, and now I'm over 650. So that's something. Halfway through my life. There you go. Ooh, 58. 2 minutes left. Perfect timing. And then it's perfect timing to go get my daughter and come back. So we got, I did these heads down here. I love how those turned out. Now that I'm looking at them. A lot of times I get focused on what I'm drawing that I don't look at the big picture, and then when I stop and look, I'll go, ooh, neat. That's what I just did with these lower potatoes. Ooh, neat. Let me just focus on this for a second. What did you say? It almost called Fantasia. Continued. Yeah, I believe that. I actually have a snow globe of both Fantasias. Fantasia snow globe and a Fantasia 2000 snow globe. All right, now we got that. Forgive me as I focus for a moment. 35 seconds left on the timer, but I'm going to keep going and just finish this tree shading. Doesn't make snow globes the way they used to. Yeah. What's your secret to Etch A Sketch, and what happens if you mess up right now? If I mess up right, is good. My secret is two things. One, I'm going on 30 years drawing, so I've had a lot of practice. Also, it's just the way my head, the way my brain works. I can think of the line I want to draw, and my hands just do it. And if I mess up right now, what I try to do is just retrace the line and try to cover up the mistake. The other option is, what's going on? Yeah, the timer's just done now. It's reset and gone in 10 seconds over. So if I mess up right now, I try to cover it up by... I am usually Sweet Jennifer. This is what I do. What I've done for 25 years is work on the big one. But when I do my lives and I'm doing requests, the small ones take less time. And I'll do that later today. But for right now, I do this 1 hour at a time after work. I'm going to work on this Tuesdays and Thursdays. So as I'm finishing this, I'm going to go get my daughter. And I'll come back later with a pocket size and do some drawings then. Are you coming up?
Yeah.
You just making sure?
Yeah, I got my answer right over here.
All right, sweetie. I knew you were coming, so I made sure to say it. Yeah, my wife was making sure that I was wrapping it up because it's time. I don't want to be late and get locked out of the line. Thanks for the follow. I love you. Have you seen the cartoon Brandy and Mr. Whiskers? I have not. No. All right, there we go. All right, let's do that. Now we're going to... Scout knows what time it is. Now, although my timer went 2 minutes over here, almost, I will log it as the second 1 hour. I round off. And there it is. That's it for today. So, I gotta go and get my daughter. I gotta go so I can get her and on time, and I'll be back later. So I always end it with down there. Now for everybody in TikTok, I'm flipping it over so you can actually see it. Right side up, there you go. What other piece? Oh, see, I don't have time for questions, Lily Ivy. Come back and catch me where I'm wearing my crown and doing little pocket-sized requests. All right, I will see you all later. I'll come back, you come back, we'll have fun, and I'll draw on the little one and take requests then. We'll see you all there. Bye, everyone.